We've always been told that golden rule, and that's to avoid going outside during dawn and dusk. And while that's still very true, officials also told me because of how much moisture we have in the air, mosquitoes are now going out more in the daytime. But of course, there's always a way to avoid from being bitten. Drama and Amber, earlier this week, Mesa County commissioners sent this letter to Charter Communications, pretty much expressing their frustration over the last 3 weeks with the lack of service.
The first day of school is less than a month away, and many Mesa County parents are putting together their back-to-school lists. But be sure to add vaccinations to that list and to check it off before August 3rd. Amber, there's 3 different phases to this project. Now here's a map of exactly what they want to do. The first thing they want to do is widen 24 Road, and that's going to cost around $9 million. It's definitely going to be quite the exciting week, but don't let this quietness right now confuse you, because come tomorrow morning, thousands of people will be making their way in through those gates to watch the games. Mesa County didn't have a massive jump like Denver did, but we still saw a 2.3% increase, with tours bringing in $275 million. Something interesting to note is the actual marriage license themselves. Now here's a copy of the old one, and at the bottom it used to say bride and groom. Now here's a copy of the new one. Now it doesn't look much different at all, but at the bottom there's a major difference. It now says party 1 and party 2. As you can see behind me, this big beautiful plane is ready for people to view. Now although it did close today at 5 p.m., you still have a chance to catch it tomorrow and Wednesday.
And Angel, looks like you're about to donate.
Well, Christina, as you can see, I am getting ready to donate myself, and it looks like she's about to prepare my arm. Soon this noise will be a thing of the past. Now, currently, all books do have that barcode to be scanned in, but in the near future, they're instead going to have this microchip. Although they officially broke ground today, they actually started construction last week. And take a look behind me, they are actually still working on it. Now, pretty soon, this area will be the new $49 million state-of-the-art facility. Right behind me, Jorma, is one of the drop-off boxes where people can turn their ballots in to make their vote count. Now, also keep in mind, you still have a chance to register to vote if you haven't done so yet. Where the VA has decided to do this in the wake of recent events. Now, officials told me within the last 9 months, they've had 5 unwanted surgical outcomes, 3 of them resulting in serious illness, 2 of them resulting in death. While millions of shoppers crowded more traditional stores on Black Friday, one pot shop in Denver had quite the success in what they're calling Green Friday. The track might be empty now, but come tomorrow morning, it's going to be packed with professional BMX riders doing some pretty unique stunts. Now, this is the first year the Mesa County Fairgrounds has hosted the stunt show, but from the looks of it, doesn't seem like it's going to be the last.
Grand Junction was another double backflip.
It's similar to the action you would see in the X Games, but now you can check out the stunts up close and personal at the fair.
A lot of times people have only seen this on TV, so it gives a whole different spin to see it live.
Live 360s, tail whips, and the daring backflips.
Every single time we go, there's a potential for wipeout. There's 1,000 things in my mind that are telling me not to do this, but I got to find that one thing and go with it. And a lot of the times, it's just the crowd backing us up, and they're like, they want to see this just as much as I want to do it. Let's make it happen.
I think our show caters to all ages. Whether you're 4 years old or 84 years old, the one thing you have in common, you either have rode a bike or you want to ride a bike.
We actually involve the crowd in our shows as well, so you could be in our show with us.
And they weren't kidding. The object is to sit in the chair and not close your eyes while they do stunts above you. So here we go. Now let's see that again from my perspective. Now that's pretty cool.
Everybody knows that you can watch a roller coaster happen on TV, but it's a whole different story when you're a part of it. So to see a show like ours live is a really cool feeling.
A cool feeling, and you still have one more day to catch the show. Now, the last chance to catch these guys will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. here in the arena at the Mesa County Fairgrounds. For more information on the Mesa County Fair and the stunt show, you know where to go, westernslope.now.com. After the show, reporting live in Grand Junction for News Channel 5, I'm Angel Russell. Good evening, Travis. Now, only 2% of the state of Colorado is considered to be in that drought area, but officials told me it wasn't so much because of the snowmelt this year, but rather something that all of us are wondering about, the rain that just doesn't seem to be going away.
White indicates that there are no form of drought conditions, and most of western Colorado is in no drought.
The last time Colorado had so little drought was all the way back in July of 2009. and what seems to have taken us out of the trend this year.
It is an unusually wet year. For the year, we're 2 3/4 of an inch above normal for Grand Junction. And that's a lot when a place only gets 9 inches of total precipitation.
The wet year means people should be good with campfires in the woods, since this creates a decrease in wildfire danger.
It is so moist, the fuels, the grasses, and the trees are wet enough that we don't expect any wildfire outbreaks.
I have never seen a year like this one from a weather standpoint. This is a very unique year.
Of course, everything grows better with more water, and that seems to be the case this year.
The cherry crop was really good. The apricot crop has been excellent.
But for farmers used to the desert climate, the rain creates a different mindset on the things they have to take care of to ensure a good crop.
It helps things grow well, but it also helps the pathogens or the things that are hard on our crops grow well. And so we're having to treat crops to protect from mildews and blights.
Although it creates some additional work for the farmers, the produce has been coming out very well so far.
So this looks like a very good year for the agriculture as a whole in the valley.
A good year for produce and an unusually wet year for the valley. Now, Travis, officials also told me they do believe the whole state of Colorado will be out of the drought within the next 2 months because they believe the rain will be sticking around for the next 3 months. Reporting live in Grand Junction for News Channel 5, I'm Angel Russell. With the weather warming up, many people are now making their way down from the higher mountains to enjoy some outdoor recreation. I spoke with visitors to see what they think of the new sites, as well as spoke to the BLM to find out what's planned for the future of the campground. The Bureau of Land Management is spreading the word.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
You guys camping out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
After 3 months, the project for 22 new campsites at North Fruita Desert is complete and ready for people to enjoy.
So North Fruita Desert is our most popular campground for the BLM in the Grand Valley. It's an area that's really sought after during the springtime and also in the fall.
The campground received 10,000 users in 2014, reaching capacity often during peak use. That's why the BLM decided to add the new campsites, bringing a total of 58 improved campsites to the campground.
Close to home, the trails are good, and the weather's good.
Mike Nolan has been bringing his family for years from Crescent Butte to the campground, and he noticed the new improvements right away.
We used to come here before the bathrooms are even here, and I think it's necessary to help the land survive.
Nolan did have one suggestion, though, for the BLM.
I think if there's going to be more campsites, there should definitely be more trails, too.
But that's exactly where the $10 nightly fee will be going to fund. This completed project is just the start. The campsite will be undergoing more improvements throughout the years.
This is going to continue to grow as a camping area. The trails have been very well planned out to sustain more use.
The BLM hopes to add more trails and approximately 50 more campsites in the next couple of years for visitors to enjoy the great outdoors. The campsites are now available for immediate use and now allow quicker access to the mountain bike trails located along 18 Road. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Angel Russell for News Channel 5.
We start with breaking news tonight. Authorities have responded to reports of an altercation and someone getting shot just before 9 p.m.
It all took place in the 600 block of West Colorado in Grand Junction, and that's where we find News Channel 5 reporter Angel Russell. And Angel, what have you found out?
Jerome and Amber, information is very limited right now, but here are the facts that we know. One person is in the hospital with a gunshot wound. However, they were transported by a private vehicle, not by an ambulance. Now, police actually arrived on scene shortly after 9 o'clock when calls started coming into dispatch that there were numerous shots fired in the Riverside area. So right now, if you take a look behind me, police are on scene, stopping residents, asking if they heard any gunshots, if they know what's going on, because as of right now, they don't have any suspects. They don't know who's involved, and they don't know the extent of injuries for the person that is in the hospital. Now, I did get to speak to one of the residents down here who was actually watching and heard some of the gunshots. Now, they told me they heard about 5 to 6 gunshots and then complete silence. They are warning that anybody who comes around the Riverside area, they will be stopped and they will be asked for questions. So if you can avoid this area at all possible, make sure to avoid it. But once again, here's the facts we know. One person is in the hospital with a gunshot wound, but not known the extent of injuries. and it's in the Riverside area. And of course, I'll continue to provide you more information as more information becomes available. But for now, reporting live in Grand Junction for News Channel 5, I'm Angel Russell.